of class 7. Today we would start with a new chapter, that is winds, storms and cyclones. Introduction to the chapter. Orissa was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of about 200 km per hour on 18th of October 1999. The cyclone smashed about 45,000 houses, making 7 lakh people homeless. On October 29 the same year, a second cyclone with a wind speed of 260 km per hour hit Orissa again. It was accompanied by water waves about 9 meters high. Thousands of people lost their lives. Property worth crores of rupees was destroyed. The cyclone affected agriculture, transport, communication and electricity supply. The image that is taken by the satellite of a cyclone approaching the coast of Orissa is shown in the slide. But what are cyclones? How they are formed? Why are they so destructive? In this chapter, we will seek the answers to some of these questions. We begin with some activities involving air. These activities will clarify some basic features concerning about cyclone. But before we begin, remember that moving air is called a wind. Air exerts pressure. The force exerted per unit area is called the pressure. If the force is exerted by the air column, then it is called the air pressure. Activity 8.1. You need to boil a water in the following activity. Take a tin can with a lid, fill it approximately half with water, heat the can on a candle flame till the water boils. Let the water boil for a few minutes. Blow out the candle. Immediately put the lid tightly on the can. Be careful in handling the hot can. Put the can carefully in a shallow metallic vessel or a wash basin. And as shown in the figure, you have to pour fresh water over the can. What happens to the shape of the can? What will happen if you just pour cool water onto the can? What will happen to the can? Can you guess why the shape of the can gets distorted? As the water is poured over the can, some steam in the can condenses into the water, reducing the amount of air inside. The pressure of the air inside the can decreases than the pressure exerted by the air from outside the can. As a result, the can gets compressed as shown in the figure. This activity confirms that air exerts the pressure. Next activity. High-speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. In this activity 8.2, you have to take a small piece of paper into a balls of size of smaller than the mouth of an empty bottle. Hold the empty bottle on its side and place the paper ball you have made just inside its mouth. Now try to blow out the ball to force it into the bottle. Why it is difficult to force the paper ball into the bottle as shown in the figure? Why it is difficult? Because when we blow into the mouth of the bottle, the air near the mouth has higher speed. This decreases the pressure there. The air pressure inside the bottle is higher than the near the mouth. The air inside the bottle pushes the ball out. In activity 8.3, you have to take 2 balloons of approximately equal size. Put the little water into the balloons. Blow up both the balloons and tie each one to the string as shown in the figure. Hang the balloons 8 to 10 cm apart on a cycle spoke, or we can say on a stick. Blow in the space between the balloon. So what will happen when you blow the air? What did you expect? What happens? So we will observe that the freely suspended balloons move towards each other. Why they are moving towards each other? The reason is when the high speed air moves through the gap in between the balloons, the pressure of the air falls in the gap. Thus, air at the higher pressure, the sides of balloons forces them inwards. Activity 8.4. Can you blow and lift as shown in the figure? You have to hold a strip of about 20 cm long and 3 cm wide between your thumb and forefinger as shown in the figure. Now blow over the paper. Paheli thinks that strip will be lifted up. Bozo thinks that strip will be bended down. What will happen? What do you think? So we saw that when you blow over the paper strip, because the air pressure decreases there, it will go upward. Because the air pressure decreases, hence the strip gets lifted up. So we see that in all this activity, that increased wind speed is indeed accompanied by a reduced air pressure. Can you imagine that what would happen if the high speed winds blow over the roofs of buildings? If the roofs were weak, they could be lifted and blown away. Let us try to understand how the winds are produced, how they bring rain and how they are destructive sometimes. You already know that air moves and it is called a wind. So air moves from a region where the air pressure is high to a region where the air pressure is low. The greater the pressure in the difference, when the difference is higher, the faster air moves in. But how are the pressure differences created in the nature? Is this difference in temperature involved? We will understand through the following activities. Air expands on heating. Activity 8.5. You have to take a boiling tube, stretch a balloon tightly over the neck of the tube. You can use a tape to make it tight. Pour some hot water in a beaker. Insert the boiling tube with a balloon in the hot water. Observe for 2 to 3 minutes for any change in shape of the balloon. Take a tube out, let it cool at the room temperature. Take some ice cold water in another beaker and place the tube with the balloon in the cold water for 2 to 3 minutes. Observe the change in the shape of balloon. We will think and try to answer the questions based on this activity. So as shown in the figure, we are taking the 3 beakers. First, balloon tied over the neck of boiling tube. Second, balloon immersed in hot water. And third, balloon immersed in cold water. So what makes the balloon inflated when the boiling tube is placed in hot water? So before the air in the balloon is heated, the molecules inside are creating as much pressure as the molecules outside, meaning that balloon stays at equilibrium and neither expands nor contracts. So when they get heated, however, the inside molecules start moving with more force. They create more pressure, causing the balloon to expand until the pressure equalizes. Second, so why is the same balloon deflated when it is capped in a cold water? So when the balloon is placed in a cold water, the cold water lowers the overall temperature of the air inside the balloon. So the decrease in temperature causes the air molecules to move more slowly with less energy and with less air pressure. Since the molecules, they have the lower energies, their collisions with the walls are insufficient to keep the balloon inflated. And last, third question, can we infer from the first observation that air expands on heating? Yes, we can say that because it inflates the balloon. Can you show that what happens to the air in the boiling tube when it cools down? The overall temperature of the air inside the balloon decreases. The decreases in temperature causes the air molecules to move more slowly with less energy and air pressure reduces. Activity 8.6. In this you have to take the two paper bags of the same size and hang it in the inverted position on the two ends of a metal or a wooden stick. Tie a piece of thread in the middle of a stick. Hold the stick by a thread as shown in the figure. Put a burning candle below one of the bags as shown in the figure. Observe what happens. So, we will see that the balance of the bags gets disturbed. This happens as the warm air rises up. It pushes the bags above the candle. So, when the candle burns, the hot air is filled. As you see this figure. So, when the candle burns, the hot air is filled in the bag and the other air is cool. So, warm air is lighter than the cold air. Hence, the bag with the warm air becomes lighter and it pushes upwards. So, can you explain why the smoke always rises up? Also, it is important to remember that on heating, air expands and occupies more space. So, when the same thing occupies the more space, it becomes lighter. The warmer air, therefore, lighter than colder air. That is the reason why smoke goes up. In nature, there are several situations where warm air rises at a place. The air pressure at that place is lowered, so the cold air from the surrounding air rushes in to fill its place. This setup convection we have studied in chapter 4. Okay, now read this from the textbook.